Hey guys, thanks for joining me for a new video. Today I've got a banger of a video for you. I'm going to show you a full tutorial, start to finish, of how to create your own email sign-up list. This is one of those things that I'm just guessing a lot of people have had on the back burner. It's something that you've known is a good thing to know how to do. And because at face value, it probably seems like it's a lot of work or confusing. Maybe you didn't start because it's tough to sit down and just be like, oh, I have, hours to figure it out. But I'm going to show you that it can be done probably in 20 minutes if you just follow this tutorial. And it's really not that much of a headache, and it's not even that expensive, okay? So I'm going to show you everything you need to know. Let's get started. Real quick reminder, take advantage of the weekly print on demand giveaway. It's free. 2 winners are going to be randomly selected and announced. They're going to receive a license to Flying Research, my print-on-demand research tool of choice, AutomatePOD, print-on-demand design creation automation, all-American graphics, premium pre-made graphics that work great in conjunction with AutomatePOD to make designs, and Bubble Scout, my go-to Redbubble niche research tool. Link is in the description. All right, so we are talking about building an email list. This is important, guys, regardless of what type of business you're running. If it's a brick-and-mortar business, you should still have an email list. If it's an online business, you need an email list. If you're selling t-shirts, you need an email list. If you're selling anything, or if you just run a business and you're selling nothing, it's still great to be able to get in contact with your users, your customers, your fan base, whatever you want to call it. Having an email list, guys, it's important. So it's something that if you have been putting off, today might be the day that you get started, all right? And I think you may be able to get started for free, but don't quote me. I'm going to show you that in a second. Also, before we go, I just want to say, if you sell on somewhere like Etsy, Etsy is a great use case of how you can build an email list from your Etsy customers. And I'm going to show you at the end how to do that. And I'm going to show you a really cool way of doing it too. All right, so I'm going to show you basically how to create this. This looks pretty nifty, pretty neat. It's an email sign-up form, and you don't need to be a web developer or write any code to create this. Yes, I'm making a lot of promises, but trust me, I'm going to back them up step by step, and you're going to be amazed at how easy it is to do. All right, so we're going to be using AWeber. Okay, AWeber is like MailChimp, but a lot cheaper. So I prefer AWeber. I prefer saving money. When I signed up for AWeber years ago, but this is like the email database provider, so that when someone signs up, it goes into the database that they host for us, and we can set up a bunch of email list customization, automation, etc. through here. I'll show you how to do like the basic automations that I think everybody should be doing in this video. And yeah, hopefully this video doesn't go on too long. I guess you already know how long it's going to be because you can see how long it is. As I get started on it, I'm going to try to keep it at about 10 minutes. So that's my prediction. When you sign up for AWeber, by the way, when I signed up, I used a .edu email address from college, right? And I teach, so I have the same email. But anyways, if you have a .edu email address, you may be able to still save money. I think I save 20% by having the .edu. I don't know if they still run that promotion, but that worked when I initially signed up. Also, it looks like they've got a free tier. Okay, so if that's still the case, I would recommend trying it out and following along with me, okay? All right, so once you're in, you've got your account created. You are probably looking at your dashboard, okay? Under dashboard, in the top left corner, you have your navigation. Where it says list, I'm assuming you don't see a list, so go ahead and click that where it says list, and then find where it says create new list. Now, I'm not sure if you're a first-time user, if it just forces you to create your first email list, but if that's the case, perfect. Follow along with me, okay? So under list settings, name your list. This one that I'm doing is called Sandbox. If you are just getting started, you may want to just create a Sandbox list with me, and this will be your demo list from today until forever, okay? So mine is just called Sandbox Testing. I put that as the list name and the description. Your from name and address. So I have a custom domain of my own that I use that's already set up. So my from name, Ryan Hogue, from address, ryan@ryanhogue.com. I don't know. They say avoid free email addresses like Gmail and Hotmail. So as far as best practices for what you might want to do, this is probably, if you pause my video, I'm not going to walk you through the technical complexities of setting up the records on your web server so that AWeber can kind of confirm that it's you that's sending the emails and you're not spoofing and faking an email. For now, you may just want to come up with no reply at yourdomain.com or something like that. and just to get through this step, because you don't want to get hung up on here for too long. Contact address, you can always open up a PO box. I think they do force you to have an address now. So, and I don't think this gets like actually injected into the email unless you want it there. So, but I think AWeber, because of like laws related to email spam, they require you to have an email, or not an email, I keep saying email, a physical address on record. So for me, like I have a PO box. You may want to consider doing that for your business. I think it's like $60 a year, or maybe they increase the price and maybe it's $6 every 6 months. Sorry, not 60 every 6 months. I can't remember. I either pay $60 to the US Post Office or $120 for a PO box. All right, and then if you want notifications when people sign up, you can enable those. All you have to do is put in your information. Okay, so you would put your name and your email, and they will let you know when you get subscribers. That's not required though. You don't need to do anything. We can automate everything, so you don't really need to know, but if you choose to, that's available. All right, now we're ready to create our sign up form. So again, on that left-hand side navigation, find where it says sign up forms, go ahead, click there. And then on the top right corner, there'll be a big blue button and it says create a sign up form. Click that and then click on a landing page, okay? So we're gonna let AWeber host the sign up form for us. This is the path of least resistance. You can also, if you have your own website, you can say for my website, and then they'll just give you the embed code for your website. But for this tutorial, I want it to be very accessible, very easy. So we're going to do on a landing page. Now you get to choose from all of their awesome looking templates. All right, there's a lot of things to choose from. If you couldn't guess already, the one in the top right corner there called Virtual Business Card is the one that I used in the demo. So that's what we're going to click if you want to follow along and do as I do. So I clicked Virtual Business Card. When you hover over it with your mouse, you can click Choose. And now it will take you to their, I don't know what to call it, their editor, their HTML editor, even though we're not going to be writing any code. This is basically building out the HTML for our page. It's really a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get, WYSIWYG. It just feels weird saying that, but I've said it so many times from teaching my web development course. All right, so this is what it looks like by default. Now we're going to get into customizing it. So the first thing I did is I deleted the section with the QR code and the title. If you want to keep that, if you see any usage for it, go ahead and keep it. But I just hovered over the section. This pops up and there's a little trash can icon behind my head. I click that and the row's gone. All right, now next I want to customize the header icon, okay? Because I'm not actually trying to make a digital business card. So what I did is I hover over that image there and I click delete. Now the section is open. So on the left-hand side where it says elements, and I guess I forgot to put an arrow there, but on the left-hand side of the screen where it says elements, you see text, you see image, you see video. Click where it says image, drag and drop that into where the image that we just deleted was, okay? And now it's gonna make a placeholder for an image. It's gonna say click to edit. So I went ahead and I clicked where it says click to edit, and on the right-hand side, it says image, and then it says upload an image. Okay, so, and they even have a Canva integration, which is pretty cool. But all I did is I clicked upload an image and I uploaded my own brand image, the one that you see right underneath this video on my channel. So now I just took a second, I customized the text. I didn't want to bore you guys with a super long walkthrough about how to do that. All you need to do is click into the text that's already there for you and type out whatever text you want. So this example that I'm showing you is under the assumption that we're basically trying to grab our Etsy customer emails and we're incentivizing them by saying, hey, save 75%. All you need to do is join our email list. So what do we say in big bold letters? We say save 75, or did I say 75%? My bad. 75% would be awesome, but save 25%. So they're paying 75%. So I just say save 25%. And then underneath that in small text, take 25% off your order after joining Ryan's email list. And if you have something clever to say, go ahead and say that. We keep the name field by default. We keep the email field by default. It's always good if you can to collect their name, because depending on what email service provider they're using, they build in AI on the email service provider side to do things like figure out what is spam and what's not. And sometimes they false positive and false negative and all that. But if you have a name, it's more likely to make it into their inbox. So if you can collect their name, that's always a good thing. All right. And then just, you got the sign up button. It's already there for you. And I click save and exit in the bottom right corner. That'll take you to this screen that says landing pages. If you have multiple landing pages, you'll find them all here. I titled this landing page, Save 25%. I may want to put in brackets like Etsy, save 25%, but whatever. Nothing on this actual page says Etsy though, so it could be used for anything. Actually, no, that's not true. Because what we're going to do is we're going to configure it so that when someone signs up for this list, they get an email immediately following. And in that email, it's going to basically take them to Etsy and automatically apply the 25% off code. Okay, that's going to be part of what we're doing today. But you can see here, the preview behind me looks pretty slick. So go ahead and click publish. Now you'll be able to grab the URL of the form that you just created. So copy that to your clipboard, put it in your web browser, and boom, you got a pretty slick looking sign up form. That's awesome. Now, when you sign up, it'll take you to a page like this that says you're subscribed. I'll be honest, I've never even attempted to customize the thank you page because at this point, I don't even know if it matters because we've got what we wanted, which is their email address, but I'm guessing it's probably customizable. I just haven't gone looking for it. Typically when I do my sign up forms, like I get a little bit more technical and customize like where they actually go. And I don't use the standard AWeber hosted pages. I make my own pages and stuff like that. But anyways, so now you've got a fully functional email sign up page and email list. There are some additional options that you can configure. I just wanted to show you them. So you can customize like the landing page URL. There's a WordPress integration. Again, you can do it on a custom domain. You can do it on an AWeber domain. That's what we did. That's the default. That's the easiest. You can let other people copy the landing page into their account. You can add tracking for things like Google Analytics and Facebook pixels. And you can set up like social sharing, including an open graph image for things like Facebook, Twitter, etc. So I just wanted to make you aware that those are there as well. Now, we should probably set up that autoresponder so that the, I don't want to say customer, but I guess they're not a customer yet, but the potential customer gets that email that they're expecting with their 25% off coupon. So this is how you do that. On the left-hand side under messages, click follow up series. There's actually two ways to do this, but I would just do it this way. It's simple. So under follow-up series, go ahead and click the create a message button. And then on the pop-out, click HTML editor. Again, we're not going to really write code. The default is like a WYSIWYG editor where you don't actually see the code. And you can just kind of type it out like you're using Microsoft Word and you're good to go. So I put as a subject line, here's your coupon, smiley face. And as the body, I put, hey, first name fix. That's the placeholder in AWeber to insert the first name. So if that exists in the database for the subscriber, they will replace that with their name. Next line, we're glad you decided to take us up on the 25% off offer. Use the coupon below to save on your order. Best, Ryan. Now, I'm actually thinking that we will inject a button in there, a big button, so that they can just easily, quickly hit that button. And I just realized that if you click a button, I'd probably have to update the text and just say, click the button below and your 25% off will automatically apply. That's what we're actually going to do. So I'm just providing text as a, this is a placeholder. You can make better text than what I wrote. But this is what I was thinking, right? So if you go into Etsy and you go into marketing and you go into coupons, right? So Etsy, shop manager, marketing, coupons. And then you go to create a coupon. This is what you get. So I did 25% off, minimum order, no, duration, whatever, a month out or as long out as you can. Name your coupon. So I just called it take 25. And then Etsy will generate a link underneath there, underneath where you name your coupon, that if you put into a web browser will automatically apply the coupon. How cool is that? Okay. So grab that link and go back to your AWeber autoresponder email. And I made this big red button that says redeem coupon, and I'm going to link it the same way you would in Microsoft Word or anywhere else you've ever written an email, in any email, by the way. If you want to put a link in an email, it's the same way. Okay. It functions the same way. And it's just going to say redeem coupon. When they click it, it goes to Etsy. It automatically applies it. Keep it as simple as possible, right? In order to make that button, by the way, I read your mind. Someone was wondering, how do you make that button? Completely free. I'll put a link to this clickminded.com/button generator. I'll put a link to that in the description. What's cool about this website is that it basically already looked really good. I just changed the text and the button color. That's all I did. So very easy to use, free buttons. Okay. So then again, you would just save that image and pop it into your email and you're good to go, guys. That's all it takes. All right. And if you're not on Etsy yet, because that's really what I geared this tutorial for, take advantage of my free 8-day print-on-demand mini course. It is in the description. It's down there right next to the link to sign up for AWeber. If you guys are looking for an email provider that's cheap. That's, I mean, it may not be, you may not consider it cheap, but it's definitely cheaper than all the other ones that I could find. And the ones like, there's one called SendFox, which looks cheaper, but the functionality is super limited. So I wouldn't recommend sacrificing functionality, because in the long term, you're going to regret it. So anyways, yeah, AWeber is definitely my go-to. I've researched that pretty thoroughly. So check them out in the description. Of course, I've got a print-on-demand Facebook group linked to in the description as well, and a full print-on-demand course where you can learn this plus a lot more awesome things. If you want to check that out, of course, it is linked to in the description. Whew. All right, I definitely went over 10 minutes, but if you can forgive me and still hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to subscribe, if you're not already, I would love you for doing that. That would be great. Love seeing growth on the channel. So, hey guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night.